Everything you need to fulfill your destiny is already inside you. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Stop waiting for somebody else to hand you the life you were born to create. The breakthrough you're praying for isn't coming from the outside. It's coming from what you already carry within. Most people miss their blessing because they're distracted by what they don't have. But true success begins when you recognize, maximize, and multiply what's already in your hands. Today, I'm going to show you how focusing on what you have can unlock everything you've been dreaming of. You are not empty. You are not lacking. God doesn't create junk. Before you ever entered this world, before anyone had the chance to label you, doubt you, or define you, God Himself had already placed within you everything you would need to fulfill your assignment. You were born full of potential. You were born carrying gifts, ideas, talents, and divine capacity. The tragedy is not that people are born without greatness. The tragedy is that they live and die without recognizing what was inside them all along. So many of us spend our lives disqualifying ourselves because we are comparing our seed to somebody else's harvest. But I came to tell you, stop looking outside for what God has already placed inside. Your destiny is not waiting for external validation. It is waiting for internal revelation. Stop disqualifying yourself because you're overlooking your own value. You keep waiting for a sign, for a confirmation, for a perfect moment to begin. But God has already given you everything you need to start. The dream that wakes you up at night, the skill that feels effortless when you do it, the ideas that flow when you are in your zone. These are not accidents. These are seeds of greatness planted by the Creator Himself. Your next season of success does not start with a breakthrough from the outside. It starts with a breakthrough in your mind. It begins when you stop calling yourself broke, when you stop calling yourself unworthy, when you stop calling yourself insufficient, and you start agreeing with what God has already said about you. Your next season of success starts with a fresh appreciation of what you already have. What you refuse to appreciate, you will never activate. Many people are waiting for a platform, but platforms are given to those who have first learned how to honor their preparation. You are not waiting on a better opportunity. You are waiting on a better awareness. Right now, in this very moment, you are carrying answers to problems in this world. Right now, you are holding potential that when activated can open doors no man can shut. Your future is not something you chase. It's something you birth from within. Your seed is already in your possession. Now it's time to recognize it. That means stop downplaying your gift just because it's not fully developed. Stop talking yourself out of your assignment just because it looks small right now. Every mighty oak tree began as an invisible seed hidden in dirt. But planted in the right soil, nurtured with the right focus, and protected by the right mind, that seed grows into something powerful, unshakable, and undeniable. The seed of your success, the seed of your breakthrough, the seed of your purpose is already in your hand. You just have to see it. You just have to believe it. You just have to take it seriously. When you recognize the treasure inside of you, you stop chasing approval and start walking in authority. When you recognize the treasure inside of you, you stop begging for opportunities and start creating them. Your seed is enough. Your gift is enough. Your calling is enough. Now it's time to recognize it, honor it, and unleash it for the glory of God and the transformation of the world. If you're always waiting for the perfect moment, you'll die still waiting. Life is not going to pause for you to feel ready. Opportunities don't wait for you to be comfortable. Blessings don't come only when the sky is clear and the path is easy. The Bible says, "He who observes the wind will not sow, In other words, if you sit back and study the storms, waiting for a day without obstacles, you'll never plant anything, and if you never plant, you will never harvest. You will stay stuck. Not because you lacked ability, but because you lack the courage to move when conditions weren't perfect. If you keep focusing on what you don't have, if you keep obsessing over what's missing, you will paralyze your destiny. You will talk yourself out of your own miracle. Champions don't wait for everything to line up. Champions don't wait for all the money, all the support, all the signs. Champions move with what they have, where they are right now. There will always be a reason to hesitate. There will always be something that looks unfinished, imperfect, unprepared. But that's not an excuse to start. That's the signal to start. Because God does not bless you according to what you hope for. He blesses you according to what you move on. The time to start is not later, it's now. Now when you're uncertain. Now when you feel small. Now when it looks impossible. Now when you don't feel qualified. If you wait until you're fully ready, you'll find yourself waiting for the rest of your life. The door to your next level swings open when you knock, not when you sit outside hoping it opens by itself. You have to move first. You have to take the first step by faith. You have to use what's already in your hand. And as you move, God will multiply it. There is power in motion. There is blessing in action. There is favor in faithfulness. If you can shift your mind to stop waiting for ideal circumstances and start building with what you've got, you'll tap into a supernatural flow. God doesn't need you to have everything. He just needs you to do something. He can bless your 5 loaves and 2 fish. He can breathe on your small beginning and turn it into a mighty movement. But He cannot bless what you refuse to use. He cannot anoint what you refuse to start. Use what's in your hand and watch God multiply it. What you call small is already enough for God to do something big. What you call insignificant is already loaded with miracles. The seed in your hand contains the forest you're dreaming about. But seeds don't grow on the shelf. They grow when they're sown. So sow your seed now. Move forward now, build now, speak now, act now. Because now is all you really have. And now is more than enough for God to change your life forever. Faithfulness is the key to multiplication. What you nurture will grow, what you neglect will die. Life will always test you with little before it trusts you with much. Too many people are waiting for a stage before they learn how to steward a seed. But promotion in life is not a miracle. It is a principle. The way you treat what you already have determines what you qualify for next. That little opportunity that seems insignificant, that small network that looks unimpressive, that early morning job that feels beneath your calling, all of it is your training ground. Your faithfulness today is the prophecy of your tomorrow. Stop despising your small beginnings. Stop looking down on the days of smallness. Great things are born out of what looks like nothing at all. A mighty tree is hidden inside a tiny seed. A global movement is hidden inside a whispered idea. But if you curse the seed, you forfeit the harvest. If you reject the small, you disqualify yourself from the great. God will never entrust you with nations if you cannot first be trusted with neighbors. He will not pour increase into hands that complain about what is already there. Faithfulness is proof that you are ready. Faithfulness says, I may not have everything I want, but I will give my best to what I have. Faithfulness transforms ordinary assignments into extraordinary promotions. It is not the size of your current platform that matters. It is the size of your commitment to it. Your small job your few connections, your limited resources. These are not punishments, they are preparation. The blessing you're praying for is already wrapped inside the opportunity you are ignoring. If you want greater influence, honor the influence you already have. If you want greater provision, steward the little you possess with excellence. What you refuse to honor, you will eventually lose. Faithfulness is not about being perfect. It is about being consistent. It is about showing up with excellence, even when the crowd is small, even when no one is applauding, even when no one is watching. Champions are crowned in private long before they are celebrated in public. Success is never accidental. It is always the harvest of daily faithfulness. If you cannot manage the few, you cannot multiply into the many. Every small act of excellence, every hidden moment of diligence, every unseen decision to be faithful adds up. Heaven watches how you handle today to determine what it can entrust you with tomorrow. Promotion is not political. It is personal. It is based on principle. The question is not whether you are gifted, it is whether you are faithful. Are you bearing your talents out of fear and frustration, or are you multiplying them with gratitude and diligence? The secret to greatness is not in wishing, it is in working. It is not in waiting for ideal conditions, but in faithfully cultivating what is already within your reach. Excellence in the little creates access to much more. When you invest faithfully in what you already own, you unlock the doors that no man can shut. Your destiny is built not in the moments of public applause, but in the quiet, daily discipline of faithfulness over the little that God has placed in your hands. When you focus on what God has placed in your life, you align yourself with divine purpose. Too many people spend their time running in circles, chasing after blessings, waiting for the next opportunity and wondering why nothing is happening. But the key to unlocking favor in your life is not about frantic activity or desperate searching. It's about focusing on what you have and doing what you can with what you've been given. God has already put something in your hands that is the key to your breakthrough, but it's up to you to be faithful with it. When you steward what He's given you with excellence, diligence, and passion, doors begin to open and opportunities that were once closed will suddenly make way for you. Favor isn't something you chase. It is something that follows you because you have chosen to honor the small things with great care and commitment. Focus isn't just about concentration. It's about prioritization. It's about seeing what others overlook and understanding the value of the things that seem insignificant to the world. Many people have dreams, but the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is their ability to focus on what's in front of them, to give it their all, and to trust that when they honor their current season, a greater season will unfold. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect set of circumstances. It's about maximizing your present situation. It's about giving all your attention to the thing that God has placed in your hands and watching Him multiply it. Faithfulness is the secret to favor. God rewards those who are faithful in the small things. If you can't manage what you have, you won't be trusted with more. That's the truth. If you can't focus on your current assignment and do it to the best of your ability, how can you expect bigger opportunities to come your way? Focus means you put your energy into what you have, giving it your best. The key is not just doing something, it's doing it well, consistently, and with passion. People of focus are not distracted by what others are doing or by what they don't have. They understand that their faithfulness will attract favor. The truth is, when you are faithful in your focus, God will open doors that no one can shut. And when that favor comes, it's not just for your benefit, it's to position you to be a blessing to others. The doors that open will lead to relationships. opportunities and breakthroughs that will impact not just your life, but the lives of those around you. Focus creates momentum. Momentum is not something you wait for, it's something you build. Every time you commit to excellence in the area you are focused on, you add a brick to the foundation of your future. Momentum is when opportunities start to chase you because your reputation has preceded you. When you give your attention to the right things and pour your energy into them, it doesn't just create success, it creates an unstoppable force. Doors that were once closed will begin to swing open without explanation. People will take notice. Blessings will find you. Favor will surround you like a shield. You'll find yourself in the right place at the right time, not by coincidence, but because your focus has positioned you for divine alignment. You don't need to go chasing after blessings. Instead, chase excellence, chase faithfulness, chase focus. Your focus is what causes blessings to pursue you. God has already set things in motion, but He needs you to align your focus with His plan. When your attention is on the right things, you unlock the favor that comes with obedience, stewardship, and perseverance. The more you give attention to what God has placed in your life, the more you will see how He brings things together. Things you never imagined, things you could never have orchestrated on your own. Focus doesn't just open doors, it creates a life where favor is inevitable. Where your attention goes, the energy flows, and the results grow. So stay focused, stay faithful, and watch how favor finds you. It's easy to get caught up in the race of life, constantly looking over your shoulder at those who seem to be further along. We live in a world that worships the finish line, the destination, the end result, the end of the journey. But the truth is, too many people abandon their dreams because they compare their progress to someone else's perceived success. They become discouraged when they don't reach the goal as quickly as others, or when their journey doesn't look like someone else's highlight reel. If that sounds familiar, I need you to hear me clearly today. You are not behind. You are becoming. Every step you take is a step forward. Every moment of struggle is shaping you into the person you need to become to walk in the fullness of your purpose. You are not failing when you experience setbacks or delays. You are learning, developing, and refining your character. Growth doesn't happen in the fast lane. Growth happens in the process. And if you want to see your life transform, you must learn to celebrate the process, not just the outcome. Celebrating progress, not perfection, starts with changing your perspective. Stop waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect success before you give yourself permission to celebrate. I want to encourage you to thank God for every little win. The moments that feel insignificant, the days when you don't see immediate results, those are the moments that matter the most. Every single action you take, no matter how small, is moving you toward the future you've been praying for. Don't let the enemy deceive you into thinking that because you haven't reached your ultimate goal, you're failing. You're not. You are simply in the process of becoming the person who is capable of achieving that goal. Look, it's easy to celebrate the big moments, the promotion, the breakthrough, the big financial win. But champions don't just celebrate outcomes. They celebrate progress. They celebrate obedience. They celebrate growth. It's those small steps, the times when no one else is watching, when you push through when it would be easier to quit, that build the foundation for the big wins to come. God is looking at your obedience in the small things, and He's preparing you for the bigger things ahead. The same character, the same perseverance that you're cultivating today will be the fuel that drives your success tomorrow. The journey isn't easy, but it's always worth it. Too often we miss the beauty in the process because we're too focused on the destination. But when we learn to celebrate each step, no matter how small, we find joy in the journey itself. The lessons we learn, the strength we build, and the wisdom we gain all come from the moments that seem insignificant. They are not insignificant at all. They are the building blocks of your destiny. You may not have everything figured out today, and that's okay. The key is to keep moving. Celebrate the courage it takes to take one step forward, even when the road ahead seems long. Celebrate the discipline to stay consistent, even when the results aren't immediate. Celebrate the growth you're experiencing, even when it feels slow. Each of these moments is a victory. They are seeds being planted that will one day bear fruit. When you choose to focus on progress, not perfection, you will begin to see that the process is just as important as the result. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every failure is an opportunity to learn. Every delay is a chance to grow. And when you stay faithful, when you stay focused on the small wins, you will see how far you've come, and you'll realize that you've already won. Keep moving forward and keep celebrating each step. But destiny is unfolding. And every step is leading you to a place of greatness. You are not waiting on a miracle. You are a miracle in motion. Everything you need is already in your hand, your heart, and your head. It's time to stop focusing on the deficit and start focusing on the deposit. Take what you have, sow it, grow it, guard it, and watch how God will blow your mind with what He can do through the little you honor. Your destiny is not out there, it's already inside you. Focus and flourish.